Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Good morning, everybody. It is September 17th, 2025. I'm Dolly. This is the Wolf Girl Oracle, and you're here for Good Morning Coffee and Talk. So good morning, good morning, good morning, Katie. It is good to see you, my sister, from another mister. And good morning, Kelly. It is great to see you. I really enjoyed your garden video. I watched that this morning. It was fun. It's fun when you have like surprise fruit. It's like, wow. I remember my cousin Ann had raspberries, and she planted her raspberry bushes behind my garage when she had to move into an apartment. She's like, I don't want to lose these raspberries. Can I put them in your yard? And I was like, oh, of course you can. So she did. She came and she planted them. And for 3 years, there was no raspberries. And then on that 4th year, we had such an abundance of raspberries that we didn't know what to do with them all. You know, it was crazy. Oh, everybody's coming on in. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? It is good to see you, my friend. Oh, I forgot my towel. And good morning, Fatima. It is good to see you. I'm glad that you're here. Nancy is here. It is good to see you, my friend. I am happy to see you. And Ralph. Hi, Ralph. Rockstar Ralph. How are you? I think that's what your name should be on here. Rockstar Ralph. I love that. So good morning. Good morning. I am so happy to see each and every one of you guys here today. It's been a week, huh? It's been a week. And it's only Wednesday. Oh my gosh. Today I am not drinking coffee. I am drinking sparkling water in my thermos. Thermos? Is that what this is called? Insulated cup? Whatever. In that. I'm drinking water in this. Ralph rocks. Yeah, I think so too. Rockstar. We have a rockstar friend. Can you believe it? I'm a rock star in my head. In my head, I sing beautifully. I play every instrument known to man, and I know all the lyrics of every song. In reality, none of that is true. Oh my gosh. So everybody's saying good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody. I don't know if you guys saw my Sunday video. I know, Ralph, that you did. Kelly, I saw you in the chat. A couple other people. I apologize if that upset anyone. You know, that definitely wasn't my intention, was to upset anybody. I just needed to speak my mind because Spirit was on me. Like, I had to talk, because I believe that I truly do believe that the only path forward for us as Americans is if we find a way to unify. If we don't, we're going to go the way of the Roman Empire and die a lot sooner than they did. You know, so that's just my humble opinion. Let's all love one another. I feel like that commandment, out of all of the commandments in the whole universe, is probably the most important. You know, we need to show compassion, and we need to show that we are the light, you know, not the pretend light, not like a solar powered outdoor light. They're great until their battery runs out, right? We can't be like that. We got to be like the sun, you know, sooner. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. So if I offended anybody, please accept my apology. That wasn't my intention, you know, but that truly was not. So Teresa says, I feel the same way about music. Maybe we can form a rock band. Yeah, let's do it. I can play the triangle. Fatima says, I liked what you said. We should not take lives, only the Creator does. Yeah, I kind of feel that way. I feel like people should live and die naturally. I mean, of course, there are exceptions to the rule. You know, there are monsters out there who, there are monsters out there. But even them, I mean, do we have the right to just decide whether or not somebody has the right to live or die? I don't know that we do. Thank you, Katie. Love one another as I have loved you. John 13:34. I feel like that's like a universal truth, you know? Banned. Yes, I did. I thought it was a typo, but now it's like, oh, yeah. It did like this, Teresa. It went, woo, and hit me in the back of the head. If we aren't the light, who will be? Oh, Nancy. That's, you know. Woo. Yes. I do not believe in the death penalty, either do I. I don't think that like solves any issues. Ha ha ha! Yes. Hi, I'm Rachel. I play the triangle for the rock band. No one ever hears us. Very funny. Katie says, what's been, oops, something just came up on my computer. That was weird. What's been interesting to me about all of this is how enlightening it has been, how the dark side is beginning to cannibalize itself. Our light is too bright for them. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't wish for them to do that to each other. You know, what I want, the intention that I'm putting out there is everyone wake up. Everyone wake up and see each other's humanity. We're all human beings here, you guys. Every one of us. Every one of us was born. Every one of us will die. We all have far more in common than what we have not in common. When it comes to the day-to-day, everyday living, right? It doesn't matter how rich you are, how poor you are, what color you are, what your sexual preference is. Everyone wants love. Everyone wants to be loved and to give love. I truly believe that. And I believe that the most hardened people who like push everybody away and swear off humanity, I believe that happened because they didn't get the love that they hoped that they would get in life. You know what I mean? So none of us look alike, act alike, or believe the same. That is right. That is right. Hi, Pam. How are you, my friend? It is good to see you. Fatima says, I am so glad that here in Canada we have gun control. Yeah. Speaking of which, that's a good segue, Fatima. You gave me a good segue. Let me bring up the other camera here. Let me add this to the stage. Guess what? I got another kids guide. Good morning, Teresa. It is good to see you. Hello. Teresa says, I also think that some light workers are sort of required to have that push-pull with the darkness to keep that dynamic going. When the light workers stop interacting with it, then it will dissipate. You know, that is very true. That is very true. As long as it's coming from a place of love, you know, if it's coming from a place of anger or fear or hate, then I don't know. But I do believe that people do have to interact with the darkness in order to perpetuate the light. I do believe that. I think that you're absolutely right about that. Good morning, Sin. Slow starting this morning, but I'm here. Hey, everybody. Anyways, let me show you guys this. Now I know that there's a way somehow to make myself tiny. Oh, that's not. How do I switch that around? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. All right. Well, anyways, we got the new kids guide, and it's on the Second Amendment. And there's a paragraph in here that like really struck me. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. Okay, it says, the founders felt that people could not be genuinely free to fully live their lives if they couldn't defend themselves from criminals, foreign agents, terrorists, or out-of-control governments, including their own. Growing up, now, a lot of you are kind of in the same age group as me, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, but sort of in the same age group. When you were being taught about the Second Amendment, wasn't the first and most emphasis put on the threat of our own government when it came to the Second Amendment? Am I wrong about that? But here in this book, criminals, foreign agents, and terrorists are put before our own government. Did you notice that? It's subtle, but that's an important thing to point out, is the fact that they're putting the government last. And they also have this interesting non-truth about the Wild West and how gun control started in the Wild West, and that they created gun control before the Wild West became a thing. But I think it is the other way around. I think that gun ordinances were born out of the lawlessness that was happening in the West when people started flooding out there. But I might be wrong. All right, but the other book is The Truth About Climate Change, and I can assure you that there is a whole lot of, don't believe this, it's not true. Here's what climate change is, and that's why, let me find it here. The thing is called, Should We Be Scared for the Earth? And basically it's like, no, the earth can take care of itself, kind of thing. So these are the new propaganda books that have come out. I can go over them more if you want me to, but I think you guys can just imagine the crap that's in there. So let me go back to myself. Hello. Teresa says, my brother signed me up for that crap. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody has come forward to tell me who they are that signed me up for this. Somebody who had my name and address. And, you know, at first I thought maybe it was my mom, but she's like, no, I am not paying for anything for you. Katie says, only gun control that ever happened that I know of in the Wild West was Earp took away people's guns in Tombstone, and it is still illegal to carry a gun in Tombstone unless you're in a reenactment. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes, the indoctrination of the nation. You got that right. And they're starting with the kids. And Hitler did the exact same thing with Hitler Youth. You know, just started pounding them and pounding them and pounding them with propaganda. And there were people who lived their entire lives in Germany who were once in the Hitler Youth who never lost the feelings that they had about certain things because of what they were force-fed when they were kids. It's very sad. Kelly says, how many children are being exposed to that? Do we know? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not the only person who's talking about it. I have found other YouTube pages where people were discussing in much more detail the propaganda that's in these books and their connection to Project 2025. And yeah. Teresa says, heaven forbid we clean up the planet and have a clean air and clean water, right? That's my whole thing. Hi, Pamela. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Nancy says, actually, Dolly, it's good to see the propaganda that's going on. Yeah, well, that's why I've been kind of showing it, because I feel like people should understand that this stuff is happening. And not everybody who gets these brochures signed up for them. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing in the Wild West is they needed one handgun and maybe one rifle because they couldn't carry more. I didn't need 250, right? Some people, I mean, I have a few guns. I have 5, but they're all for something different, and none of them are for home protection. I've got everything locked away. If somebody breaks into my house, I'm going to grab probably a sword before I would ever grab my gun. So, because I know how to use that. Oh, I know how to use a gun too, but you're going to get hit over the head with a broadsword. All right. When you expose a child to something at a young age, it can never be removed. Right. That's right. Well, you have, Kitty says, I don't have any guns. I have knives. You have like an old, can't fire it because it might explode on you kind of gun, but that's it, right? My husband's guns are locked away. Yeah, that's good. I'm a strong believer in keeping your guns locked up because you just never know when a child might come over to visit who's curious, you know. And that's why I locked mine up in the first place, because I've had them since my goddaughter Amanda was a little girl, and I didn't want her getting at them, you know. Pam says, I have a bamboo cane sword for protection. There you go. Nobody's going to mess with Pamela. Yeah, 150-year-old Colt 45. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Can I buy it from you? I couldn't afford it because I'm sure it's worth a lot of money. Let's set an intention that kids don't let that crap sink into their little minds and hearts. Yes. Well, you know, I've been, I was talking to a few people this week who have kids. I've been taking Ruben out in a baby carriage. It's a baby carriage that's got some netting over the top. So he just sits on a perch that I put in there and he rides around as I walk, you know. And every day I get people who like come in or who come up to me and talk to me and stuff like that. And my neighborhood is really diverse. You know, it's become diverse. It wasn't always that way, but it's really gotten very, very diverse. And I was walking around, I was thinking to myself, look at all these kids playing together. There were black kids playing together with white kids, with Hispanic kids, with Asian kids. They're all playing together. They don't care. Kids don't care. And it got me thinking, yeah, you know, everything that little kids have, they get from their parents. All those ideas, all those feelings, their mannerisms, how they treat people, that all comes down from the parents. You know, we have to be mindful about that. Jules, hi, how are you? It is really good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. It's great to see you. Annie, hi, how are you? She's saying hi to everybody. Everybody in the house. Annie's saying hi to you. It's good to see you. I figure whatever I have, whatever wanted to disarm me could just take it away. I have no guns and never have just shot me. Right. And you got to be careful too, because if you don't know how to use your weapon, somebody could take it away from you and shoot you. Right. So I think I'd be more willing to just go, if you really, really, really need it, just take it. Things can be replaced. People cannot, I don't have this like killer instinct in me. I did it one time, but I don't have that anymore. That is like flown away. Flown away. I got to see a pic of the baby carriage. I think I have one. Hang on. I might be able to accommodate you on that. Let's see. Oh, this isn't a great picture, but can you see Ruby Roo? There he is in the baby carriage being pushed by Chrissy. We put some newspaper down in the bottom and we just let him do his thing here. Here's a video of Chrissy pushing him in the baby carriage. Look at him. He's so happy. He's like, I'm living my best life. And he whistles and he sings and makes all kinds of crazy noises. He really enjoys it. So I'm enjoying the fact that we're having kind of a warm fall right now so that I can take him out and show him the world. I love my Reuben. I don't have a Reuben cam up today because he wasn't in a place where I could get to him. Wish I could find an African gray reasonably priced. Well, you got to keep your eye out on Facebook Marketplace. That's what I'm doing right now because I'd like to get him a companion. And people who purchase their birds older in life, a lot of times they end up passing away before the bird does. And then people don't, the family doesn't necessarily want to have or take care of a bird, and they'll put it up on Facebook Marketplace and they'll sell them reasonably priced or something. Like I got mine for free. I got it from a friend, but people just want the animal to go to a good home, but they don't necessarily want to take care of it themselves. So watch Facebook Marketplace. They come up in there every now and then. I'm watching right now for either an African gray or a Amazon green, the green Amazons. They're about the same size as an African gray. Either one of those I would be super happy with. Reasonably priced. Jules says it does, but the kids have to make the choice each day to be good or bad. We just lay the foundation. They find the bricks to build their own house. That is so true. That is so true, Jules. Yes. You're right. The foundation is laid by the parents, But like in the case of the guy who killed Charlie Kirk, and I don't want to talk too much about him, but in the case, that guy whose name escapes me, Robinson, I think is his last name, Tyler Robinson, maybe. He grew up in a gun culture family, that went out shooting and had guns, and he was around guns. And it was absolutely normal and muscle memory for him to pick that up and shoot it, And that foundation was laid while he was young. But you're right. He picked up his own bricks and built his own house, and that house is probably going to kill him now too. And now 2 people will be dead. And for what? Has anyone heard from Flowing? I have not. I'll have to reach out to her and see how she's doing. I have not heard from her. I will, Katie. I'll give you, Katie, later on, I'll send you her number, okay? Or did I already? I'll send you her number and we both can reach out to her. I buried firearms after Sandy Hook. Yes, that was so horrible. So many horrible mass shootings. My God, in the last 20 years, when I was a little kid, you never heard about it. But it just seems like it's getting progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. And as somebody who never for many, many years, I did not believe in gun control. And now I'm just like, oh my God, we have to have some. We have to have some reasonable gun control. This is just getting out of control. This kid, his family was like, he was a great kid. We didn't know, wasn't any signs. Everything seemed great. He was so kind and generous and thoughtful and funny. And we didn't see any signs that he would go and do something like this. And that should awaken everyone to what's happening in our country right now. That should be it. I don't understand how that could not wake people up, Oh my gosh. So, Annie, yes. I have pepper spray and a zapper that I should charge up. Yeah, that's just as effective. I haven't seen flowing at all. It is concerning. Yeah, we gotta reach out to her for sure. See how she's doing. Oh wait, flowing's here. What? Did you guys manifest flowing? Flowing, it is good to see you. We were just talking about reaching out to you. And there you are. Oh my gosh. That is one spoiled baby. Yes, he is spoiled. Oh, I'm glad you think he's cute. Nancy said the same thing I did. Flowing! And Fatima says, blessings. So everybody's saying hi. I have not seen flowing at all either in a month until now. I'm cracking up. Coming on as you show Ruben. Love him. Yeah, he is so funny. And now he's like, yesterday he was going, what? He did it like 4 times yesterday. Tried to get him to do it today. He won't do it. Now is the time to manifest your joy. Woo! Yes, for sure. I'm with Annie. We got to manifest some joy. Kelly's very happy to see you flowing. Yes, we're very happy that you're okay. Still recovering. I hope everyone is well. Aw. Bless you. Oh, Annie's got to go. Love you, Annie. Thanks for stopping by. Swishing love. He didn't. A special ops hire did. You might be right about that. Ugh. Now that would be very weird, wouldn't it? Ammunition control. Yeah, that's true. Heathen God. Hey, y'all. Hi. How are ya? I did get a sense BB was involved. Well, he was a guy who was born into a Jewish family who left Judaism. Who knows, man? Who knows? Oh, there you are. It's Swampy. Swampy is Heathen God. And now we know. I have 2 accounts too. So if you ever see me come on as Oracle-Dali Hug, that's also me. That's my original YouTube account. So some good news for you guys. Let's move on to the good news, right? Chrissy, my partner, who's been looking for a job for about a month now, is now starting to get interviews. She had 2 interviews on Monday. They were video interviews, which is very interesting. Have any of you guys ever done a video interview? It was pretty cool. It was like, using their own software. Okay, you connected to it and you started recording, and a question would come up, and you'd have X amount of time to answer that question. And then you could decide whether or not you wanted to reshoot yourself, or you could, saying the answer to the question, or you could just go with what you did, which I thought was really neat. It gave Chrissy some time to just think about the question before she started. And I thought, wow, what a great way to sort of weed people out, Anyways, I thought that was cool. So she had 2 interviews on Monday. She had kind of an impromptu interview. Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. Today she has an interview. Tomorrow she has an interview, and Friday she has an interview. So they're starting to come in. So we just have to put the intention out into the universe that Chrissy is going to find the exact job that is right for her. Something that an environment that she can thrive in, an environment where people will appreciate her hard work and enjoy her fun personality. I want that for her so much. This is what the intention is I'm putting out there. So as you guys say your prayers or do your meditations, if you could keep Chrissy in your thoughts, I would really appreciate that, you guys. Is it okay if we do the God Box class off by 1 week, October 2nd and the 9th? It is for me because I'm retired. Yes, I do have some doctor's appointments. I do have a doctor's appointment in October, but I think it's at the end of October. But I will check on that for you, Katie. But yeah, the 2nd and the 9th. So if you guys don't know what Katie's talking about here, Katie is going to be doing a Zoom class, which should be really fun, where we're going to make God boxes. So I have gotten, where is mine? I've gotten a bunch of these. I got them off of Amazon when she first started talking about it. Here, give me a second. Hang on. Hold the phone. It's behind my computer because of course it is. I got a bunch of these little cardboard boxes from Amazon. It was like $9 for like 6 of them or something like that. And they're little boxes that kind of open this way and you put them together. And I'm going to my plan is to put the slot in the top here, decorate it. I'm going to have a little thing that holds like a little notepad and a thing that holds a pen and make it all pretty full. And I got 6 of them because this is cardboard when I'm done and it's time for me to release the things that I put in the God box. I can put this right into the fire and it'll burn right up. Nice and easy, and it's plain, but I'm going to put decorations on it. But I'll make sure I'm using stuff that can burn without any problem, or I might save it. And if I want to save it, I can, because I can just open it up this way. So I haven't decided yet. I will decide on the day that we create it. It'll tell me what it wants to do. Let me put this over here so I'm not bumping my computer. But yeah, so Katie, so if you guys want to be involved with that, I think it's going to be neat. Just reach out to Katie. Katie, if you want to put your email address in the description, if you have, or in the chat, if you haven't already done that, please do that. Because I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be on Zoom, so it'll be interactive. We can talk about what we're doing while we're doing it. We can ask Katie questions. It'll be fabulous. And if you don't have a camera, you can always use your phone or just join us on Zoom. And Zoom also has a chat area, so we can have our chats open and we can interact with you that way. So you don't have to be on camera to do this. Just be with us, be a part of the group. I think it's going to be really, really fun. Flowing says, I pray that she finds what will fill her heart. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you. That's what I want for her too. I just want her to be happy, you guys. She had a full month of the strongest depression I've ever seen in her since she and I, met 14 years ago. Okay. I've never seen her like this before. It was very concerning. It definitely was it was hard to, as her partner, watch her go through that. I never felt so helpless in my life. All I could do was just throw my arms around her and love her and, you know, tell her, hey, don't worry. No matter what, we've got you. No matter what, we've got you. But all these interviews have brightened her spirits, and I'm starting to see that depression fall away, which is great. So I really am grateful. Government employment is toxic. I know that firsthand. I'm going down the line here. That is a cool ritual idea. Well, you know me and rituals. It is awful. Oh, I know. Hey, Sonia. Oh, there's Katie saying hi to Sonia. There's Sonia. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. We were just talking about making God boxes. Katie said we were going to do that on, let me look here, October 2nd and October 9th. October 2nd and October 9th. So I don't know, did Katie put her email address? Yes, she did. This is her email address. I'm going to put it up here so that people watching the replay can see this. So if you guys want to get involved in this, I think it's going to be so much fun. I have got so much crafting stuff that I'm doing nothing with, right? So I grabbed up pretty pieces of paper and ribbon and stickers and all kinds of cool, fun things that I'm going to decorate my box with. You can paint it, Katie said. I mean, the options are unlimited. Are you somebody who works with polymer clay? Kelly, you could you could make beads or flowers or something that you could glue onto your God box. There's so much that you could do. It's going to be so fun. Oh my God. So Night Bloom, where are we? Night Bloom Designs. Night Blooms Design at gmail.com. Reach out. Depression feels like a sinking hole. I'm working out of mine. Well, we will put an intention of prayer out there for you, flowing, that you are able to get past your depression, because the world needs your light, and I'm glad you're here today. I am so glad. I'm going down I'm trying to catch up here, you guys. Your middle son got engaged 3 weekends ago. That's exciting good news. I like the good news, guys. That is awesome. I cannot wait. I have so much cool craft stuff. Yes. We're going to use it. What is the class I want to join, and what do I need? Well, from what I understand, okay, like I said, you're going to need some kind of box, all right? I got these off of Amazon. They're just little, I think they're 3x5 index card boxes. They're cardboard. They came 6 in a pack, and I think it was like $9.99 or something like that. But I'm sure that you could get these at any box store. Walmart, anywhere. You can get these anywhere, and you might have something laying around, a tissue box, right? Just any kind of little packaging box that you might have. You could even make a box if you're crafty. They have all different kinds of things online that show you patterns that you can cut out to make a box. You could make it out of anything. You could turn a 12-pack of soda container inside out and create a box out of that. It's endless. And then you want to probably have some hot glue. This is the pack that I got the boxes in. So these are more boxes because I intend on making these often. You could choose some pretty papers. I have tons of these little pretty papers. So I'm going to use this as my pretty paper. I'm going to cover my box in this paper. And I don't want to show you guys everything, but paper, stickers, you could even go online and just, if you go on to like Pinterest and pick out your favorite, inspirational quotes. You could, print those out with your printer and cut them out, and you could glue those to the backs. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Just whatever your creativity brings to mind, And it's October 2nd and October 9th, and it is 6 p.m. my time. So that would be 4 p.m. your time, Sonia. Okay. Ralph says you can glue dried pasta elbows to the box and then spray paint it. Woo! I love that. I love pasta art. That was so much fun when we were kids, right? A shoebox. Yes. Good thinking there, Kelly. Nancy is switching to her TV because she wants to see this even larger. I don't know why. I'm going down the list here. I have Kleenex boxed. Well, there you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Jules, you are an old tissue box? Is that what you're saying? You are not. You are beautiful. Fancy napkins. Yes, fancy napkins work great too as something you could glue on the box. Old wallpaper. You got any old wallpaper or drawer liner laying around? That could work. The first class will be mainly about the structure of the box and what you might want to paint or decoupage. Okay. This is true, Swampy. Nature could supply you with plenty of items. Yes. Pressed flowers, leaves, all different kinds of stuff. Oh, Kelly said exactly what I just said. Yes, dried flowers and leaves. Uh-oh. Sonia just threw out an old tissue box, but she's sure that she has a shoebox. Yeah. Or any small box. Any small box would be great, I think. I'm really excited about this, if you guys can't tell. I think that this is going to be a really fun idea, a fun way for us to gather. It's kind of like a coffee clutch or a quilting circle, but we're going to be using our God boxes and doing something creative and fun together. And I think this is so much fun. Rocks and feathers. Ooh, feathers. I could incorporate some of Ruben's feathers because I've been saving them. That's a good idea. Feathers. Yeah. Oh, Kelly said the same thing. Ooh, feathers. Yes. Seed pods. Yes. This is the time of the year, too. Oh, my God. Look at Katie. We're all excited. Whoop, whoop. Katie. We're going to have so much fun. Yeah, Jinx again. I owe you a Coke. I owe you like 25 by now, I think. For the crying out loud. Oh, you guys, I haven't read the Affirminator. We got to read it. Oh, and this is a good one. It is self-love. Should I read it over here? Oh, you guys might not be able to hear me if I go over here. I can't read it over there. It's too far away. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I openly embrace a feeling of love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. Oh my gosh, yes. I show myself love any way I can, and when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep out on the couch. Got that, self? Don't make yourself sleep on the couch, you guys. Love yourself. I really like how it says, I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. That's that's so true, right? Wow. Yeah, we got to love ourselves. We are so quick to beat ourselves up. I know I am. I know I am. Shanita, hello, my friend. How are you? It is good to see you, sister friend. I hope you are doing well. I was just thinking about you, Shanita. And there you are. Everybody's saying hi to Shanita. Yeah, I love Shanita. She has been having really, really good, thought provoking, sometimes mind bending things on her channel. So if you guys haven't connected with Shanita, please connect with Shanita. Please. She is a very, very wise, loving, armed open person who really wants to help you guys love yourself. And she's, through some of the things that she's written and some of the videos that she's made, she's had a profound effect on the way that I interact with my family. You know, I wasn't always a hard stop no person. And sometimes one of the most loving things that you can do for yourself is advocate for yourself, right? And we don't always do that. We'll stand up for everybody else. We'll stand up for our best friend. We'll stand up for our family. You know, we'll stand up for people that we care about, but we need to do that for ourselves too. And there's nothing selfish about that, you know? So I just subbed. Yay! Yes, she's awesome. Shanita is one of my dearest friends in this world. So I'd appreciate it if you guys would sub to her. She's neat. She's neat. And she plays all kinds of nifty instruments. And really, you should connect with each other. Connect with Katie. Connect with Kelly. Everybody's got a channel. Fatima has a channel. Her brother, John, often is the one who facilitates the videos that are on the channel. But he's a cool dude. He's a super cool dude. He takes us on walks. He shows us the lawn stuff that he's doing. He sings. He plays the guitar. He plays the piano. Nice guy. Nice guy. And he's very, very funny. He makes me giggle-ish. Is it early? It's PG. You morning talk shows got to be PG. Although we're not always PG. I'm not going to lie. Standing up for ourselves is hard. That takes intention and patience. Yes, it does. And it does take patience is a great word when it comes to loving ourselves. Patience is a great way of putting it, because that is my downfall, is I am impatient with me. And part of the reason, and this is going to sound arrogant, and please forgive me, that is not my intention, but I am a smart girl, okay? And there are a lot of things that come pretty easily to me, you know? And when I encounter something that does not come easy to me, I am pretty quick to get angry about that. And that's like something I recognize about myself and something that I'm trying to like work on. And it's due to a lack of patience with myself, right? I want to hurry up and get something done, and it's not working because I don't understand everything about it. And I just get angry, and the anger is really about me. I need to be gentle with myself. Who on this planet knows everything? There's a lot of people who think that they know everything. And then they get bent out of shape if you say something that goes against what they just said, you know. A certain orange guy in Washington, I can think of him, but we're not going to go there. Okay. Oh, I found it. I was already subbed. All right. Connect. You so SMAHT smart. You so smart. East Coaster. Uh, Learning to give ourselves grace. We are not perfect beings. That's right. We're not perfect beings. And thank God we're not, because I feel like there's so much growth that happens to us. Um, it's the process of growth that turns knowledge into wisdom. You know what I mean? It's that process. So, yes, you're right. We should give ourselves grace because we are in the process of growth, the process of attaining wisdom. So, yes, I get triggered too easily right now when I am confronted. At 67, my patience with others is needing a recharge. Oh, Katie, I understand. I'm kind of like that too sometimes. But we love you, Katie. You're awesome. Swampy says, we learn how to behave with others by the way we treat ourselves. Ooh, that is so true. That is so true. That's very deep, Swampy. Teresa says, I'm pretty diverse in my abilities. I'm really good at some stuff and inept in others, so I've learned to be easy on me. Yeah, and you know what? You don't have to know everything, right? Like when I was young, I felt like I had to be the smartest girl in the class no matter what, and tried to learn everything, so that I could be the smartest girl in the class. And I'm like, this is exhausting. I want to be stupid about some stuff, and that's okay. It is okay. We don't have to know everything. Because we don't know something doesn't lessen who we are, right? Unless we allow it to. So, grace, as Sonia said, yes. So sad I forgot how to put the links in the chat. My memory. Oh, it's okay. It'll come back to you eventually. Oh, just saw that Robert Redford passed. Yeah, he passed yesterday. I'm very sad. I thought Robert Redford was an upstanding, amazing dude. A strong environmentalist, loved film as a craft, created Sundance, the Sundance Institute and Sundance Film Festival, philanthropist, just an all-around great guy, an excellent actor. Excellent. He had so many great movies. So many. The Sting, I think, is my favorite of the movies with him and Paul Newman, followed very closely by Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and several others. He's been in so many great movies. He was in Captain America. He played the head of Hydra. For all of you Marvel geeks out there. Yeah. In The Way We Were, yes. Yes. That's a great movie. Great movies. I'm going to watch Jeremiah Johnson later today. Redford will always be the sexiest man alive as long as I live. Yeah, he was a very sexy guy. Oh, poor Shanita's having some technical difficulties, and Jules says it was normal to see him as a villain. I'm just looking something up real quick here. Talk amongst yourselves real quick. It sounded like Chrissy was yelling, so I'm texting her saying, is everything okay out there? I don't know. She might be talking to her mom. Hey, Linda's here. Good to see you. Good to see you. We were just talking about Paul Newman, or Robert Redford. Well, Paul Newman's passed away too, but Robert Redford passing away a couple days ago. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Katie. There is Shanita's channel, Future Focused Coaching Wellness. Okay, mine was Newman. I meant to say not normal with Redford being a villain. Oh, okay, gotcha. Right, yeah, I know. That was kind of a change up for him, wasn't it? I bet he enjoyed playing that. They had a short of The Way We Were. The last 2 minutes of it always touched me, and I actually had tears in my eyes again. Oh, yeah, that movie. Yes. Yeah, he did so many great films. So many great films. The Sting is one of the most fun movies I've ever seen. I love that movie. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I was really sad to hear that he had passed. You know, I mean, I knew he was up there. There are some people who are up there who, you know, I hate to say it, but you kind of expect that you're going to hear that they're gone, you know, but he wasn't on my radar. Maybe he wasn't on my radar as much as like somebody like William Shatner. I know William Shatner can't live forever. You know, I know that Patrick Stewart can't live forever, or any of the people who played the captains in the Star Trek series. Some of our Star Wars heroes are gone. Carrie Fisher, you know, Carrie Fisher. Oh, my hero, my childhood hero. Yeah. Oh man. Jenny's here. Hi, Jenny. 2 more shifts and it's over. All right. The end is in sight. And then are you going to Arizona? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping, Jenny, that you are going to if you are going to Arizona, that you're able to meet up with Katie and anybody else from Arizona who, you know, might be wanting to see you. I think that'll be fun. It takes a month for my certification to be processed. Okay. So you get to be home for a month? Well, that's nice. It's got to be hard being away from home that long. I think, what's the longest I was away from home? Maybe 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. That's it. Joel says, we are trying to move back to Washington State with new job opportunities. Oh, that would be great. If you could move back up to the Northwest. What a beautiful area. I know Katie has a fondness for that. Sells Arizona has been getting lots more rain than I have. That's unusual. Well, it's an unusual year. You and I were literally just talking about that this morning, about how crazy the weather was. Katie was talking about how she lives in a neighborhood where it's normal during the monsoon season to get a lot of rain and to get a lot of lightning strikes. And she said the closest lightning strike to her neighborhood this year has been 4.5 miles away, or 4.7 miles away, something like that. So she's like, they're not even getting rain. Oh my gosh. It is 10:58. What has happened? I'm going to quick pick a card for you guys for this week. I'm going to do it from my Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck. Trust your vibes. The colors are weird, but the messages are amazing. So I'm really starting to love this deck. I've been using it this week for my personal readings, and I enjoy it. Enjoy the messages. Sometimes they slap me. Angels protect us. Spirits of the land in my home surround us. Ancestors give us wisdom. What does the group need to know for this week, Spirit? Please and thank you, and I love you. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got, oh, seek higher ground. Seek higher ground. I'm going to take one more card. Yeah, Katie grew up in Crater Lake National Park in Oregon. Nope, that's not it. Okay. And pivot. So we've got seek higher ground and pivot. Backwards. Seek higher ground and pivot. And what I'm getting from Spirit is something that we all thought was a certain way, because this is a collective reading. Something that we all thought was a certain way is not what it seems. And we need to take things from a higher perspective, meaning we have to set our minds on things above. We have to raise ourselves up out of the muck and the mire that is causing confusion, that is causing division. We need to see things from a higher perspective and look down upon the planet and see things for as they really are, not what we're being bamboozled into thinking. And then once we've done that and we know the truth, we need to pivot. We need to pivot and we need to express that truth as we see it, not as we want it to be, not as what they want it to be, but what it actually is. So that could cover a lot of different things in a lot of different areas in our lives. But because this is a collective reading, I'm getting a strong sense from Spirit that this is something that's happening to us all. So we need to open our minds, open our eyes, and discover what that is. Because Spirit's being a little cloudy about what that particular thing is, but I truly believe it has something to do with the running of our government. So we gotta keep our eyes open and see things from above. You know, I've done this. I've been for the last couple of days, well, actually for weeks now, maybe even months. I've been watching as little news as possible. I do not turn it on. If it happens to be on, you know, because Chrissy or Rick are watching the news, I might glance at it, but I don't spend a lot of time delving into the news. I'm not watching news on YouTube. I am just not engaging with that part of the world unless I absolutely have to. And it is opening my eyes to a lot of things, a lot of programming that's happening to us from both sides of the aisle. Okay. And I think what Spirit is saying is get above all that so that you can see the truth. Okay. And that might mean pulling yourself away from political channels, the news, social media. And that's been a common theme for weeks now in my readings, on my Sunday readings, my Sunday talk this last week. It's just really, Spirit is trying to tell us something. Let's step away from the narrative and see things for what they really are. Okay, does that make sense? Flowing says, fill yourself with kindness and compassion. I love that. I love that. Sometimes a detour turns out to be a shortcut. Oh, that's true. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. There's a lot of propaganda and lies out there. Yeah, you got that right. Swampy says, I had to boycott the news. I was having mood swings and aggravation. Yes, same here. She just says, love that message. Thank you. You're welcome. And you're welcome too, Linda. That was from Spirit. Well, all right. Let's, oh, wait, I saw something from Ralph. What did Ralph say? Thank you at Wolf Girl. Have a great day, everyone. Band practice today. Keep an eye out for a new song upload. Woo! All right. Yeah, everybody connect to Ralph's channel, please. And he is on as Ralph Anderson, so you can find him. All right, everybody. Well, it is time for us to end the stream. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. You guys are great. Your friendship means everything to me. And I am so grateful that you guys spend an hour with me each week where we can talk and just love on each other. I love that. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all next time. You all rock. Dolly loves you. Dance around the room. It's time to go. Why are you still here? Dolly needs a sandwich and a nap. I'll see you next time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all next time. You all rock. Dolly loves you. All rock. Dolly loves you. Dance a room. It's time to go. Why are you still here? Dolly, you still here? Have a great day.